In a small village resting quietly on the side of a mountain, there stood an old wooden house, its porch lined with hundreds of paper lanterns swaying softly in the wind. Inside that house lived a lonely old woman and her faithful little companion, a Shiba Inu. Every day, the old woman sat at her wooden table, folding thin sheets of paper, shaping bamboo frames with patient, trembling hands. Her eyes had grown dim, her fingers no longer steady, yet she continued to craft each lantern with care. Because to her, every lantern was a memory of someone who had passed, a gentle gift for wandering spirits still searching for their way home. Whenever her hands faltered, the Shiba was there. He would quietly take a small burning stick in his mouth and touch it to each lantern, lighting them in her place. And whenever a lantern lit up, a tiny spark drifted into the air, as if a newly awakened spirit had opened its eyes. On certain nights when the valley winds began to rise, the old woman would step outside with the Shiba by her side. Hundreds of glowing lanterns would lift from the porch, slowly, gracefully, then drift into the star-painted sky. Each gentle light carried a message, a whisper from the living to those long gone. Tonight was no different. But among the rising lanterns, one drifted toward her instead of away. Inside it glimmered a familiar silhouette, a figure she had been waiting to see for so many years. She reached out, touching the lantern with trembling fingertips, her eyes wet but softened by a peaceful smile. The Shiba sat quietly at her feet, as if he understood that this was a moment beyond words. And then, just as softly as it had arrived, the lantern drifted upward, rising higher and disappearing into the night sky. When the final light faded into darkness, the old woman sat on the porch steps and gently pulled the Shiba into her arms. In that embrace lay not only love, but the weight of memories, of tradition, and of all the beautiful things left behind by those who once lived. And the next morning, as the sunlight broke over the mountains, new lanterns waited on the table to be completed. The Shiba peeked through the doorway, tail wagging, stirring the quiet air, as if to say, "Today, let's light the memories again." For every light holds a story, and every story gives us a reason to remember, to hope, and to love.